watching Black Tree on TV.
I'm blushing. What a beautiful room. This is not on the teleprompter. It's coming spontaneously out of my heart. The joy and love in this room is something to behold. Just, our community is incredible. And we love
Ramanujam. He wants me to mess it up so he can make it a joke.
This is cute. Oh, you guys, you look beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys look amazing. My God. First of all, thank you so much, Kylie. You totally butchered that. We'll address it later. Welcome to the honorees, the presenters, the press, and all of the Critics' Choice Association members. My name is Prashanth Venkataramanujam. I'm your host for the evening, and I'm also wondering why they didn't get someone better. I got shortlisted because A, I didn't have COVID, and B, I'm not anti-Semitic. And that's how low the bar is now. Here's what happened. This is true. You don't have to applaud me not being anti-Semitic. Here's what happened. I was hired to write the monologue, and then the host couldn't make it, and then the organizers ran out of time. So I got this job for the same reason you go to Subway for lunch. You had 20 minutes and $6. And the outcome's kind of the same, you know? You're all staring at a random Indian man hoping your meal doesn't give you diarrhea. It's gonna get worse. I am genuinely so excited to be your host for this incredible celebration of Asian cinema and television. And it's incredible. And I think we all need to take a second to just appreciate how far we've come in so little time. Like, it wasn't that long ago that we had to hide our Asianness to work. You know, like, early on in my career, I felt the pressure because I was worried. I felt the pressure to change my name because I was worried it would be too ethnic for Hollywood. And the only reason I didn't is because the name Mindy was taken. And if I can't be Mindy Venkataramanujam, what's the point of anything? But that's the best part of being Asian in Hollywood now. No one person has to represent everyone. You know, there's so much diversity within the culture. Like, think about it. Like, the Surgeon General is Indian, and MIA is an anti-vaxxer. Incredible. That's the price of progress. Cholera. We're also finally upending decades of outdated stereotypes. Like, Kumail Nanjiani proves that not all Asians are beta males, right? Ronnie Chang proves that not all Asians are nice. Andrew Yang proves that not all Asians are smart. I mean, it's an incredible time. Listen, I'm all for an Asian president, just not him. Give it to Alan Yang. It's the only thing he hasn't done yet, okay? Look, we must all do our part to stop Asian hate, but let's be honest, we will never be able to stop Asians from hating each other. It's our pastime. You know, white people have colonialism, we have infighting. Look at what happened last week. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, last week, Ronnie Chang made a joke about how Indians aren't real Asians. And Indians were pissed. There were like all these tweets like, fuck you, Ronnie Chang. Ronnie's a racist piece of shit. An Indian has to take over. So here's the thing. We've got a lot of ground to cover. You'll be seeing me a lot. I've got a lot of names to say. Okay? That's why I don't blame Kylie. I have a lot of names to say for the first time. So if I screw up your name and you're upset, here's the deal. I'll invite you on stage and give you one shot to pronounce my name correctly. And if you do it, you can call me a racist. But if you can't, we call you a racist. Fair? All right, let's get started. Presenting our first honoree tonight is an actor that made history as the only actor of Filipino-American descent to win a Critics' Choice Award for Best Actor in a limited series. Please welcome actor and musician Darren Criss.
Hello, good evening. Oh man, it's a thrill and an honor to be one of the first presenters of the category of mediocre white passing Asians. I'm glad to be here amongst so many kick-ass people. This is pretty awesome. So suffice to say, I'm thrilled to present the first award of the night to an amazing young actress who first made waves. This is a really good joke. Wait for the payoff. As the voice of Moana, opposite some bozo hack named Dwayne Johnson, in a movie that I think is still one of the most played films and soundtrack for anybody here with kids. You know what I'm talking about. You cannot get rid of that movie if you tried. But why would you want to? It's fantastic. And now we can see her soon in the upcoming Amazon series, The Power, which she'll be, if you're part of that, woohoo, which she'll be starring with the fabulous Toni Collette and John Leguizamo. Also just announced, Auli'i will be playing a campy dead cheerleader in Hulu's new film, Darby and the Dead. Like, are there any other kind of dead cheerleaders? Aren't they all campy? But tonight we are honoring her for Hulu's heartwarming romantic comedy, Crush, a story about a teenage girl and her unexpected first love. The twist! She's queer. Yeah, pretty neat. And her crush is on another girl. But what makes Crush so refreshing is that it is a coming-of-age story and not just a coming-out story. Rather than following the predictable storyline of lead characters struggling to come out, they are out and they are proud. This is Crush.
You made it. Yup. Okay, let's make me an Olympian.
How are you not massively hungover right now?
Well, I drank that Gatorade that you suggested, and then I had a Hot Pocket, and then I had some pizza, and then I had some ice cream. Also, I might still be drunk.
Is that coffee? Did you bring any water?
Okay, if this mentor protege thing is going to work out, then you have to respect my caffeinated process.
You said anything about being a mentor. Only doing this so you don't tank her ranking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I cutting into your brooding in corners wearing a leather jacket, Diane?
I don't own a leather jacket.
Well, you look like you could.
Okay.
So what are we doing first? Picking out my pump-up song?
No, but you can stretch and then we can start on 3 miles.
3 miles? That is 2.9 more miles than they said I have to run.
2.94 miles. You're confusing miles and meters.
I think you're confusing me with the metric system.
Let's go, Evans.
So it is my great honor to present the Rising Star Award for Film presented by IMDbPro to my sweet and very talented friend and fellow hapahaoli, Auli'i Cravalho.
Aloha mai kako, aloha. It's truly an honor to be here tonight. I want to thank my team, Allison and Steve and Amalia, who has been my mentor, manager, friend, and fiercest cheerleader from the very beginning. In our industries, communities, and families, we represent the promise of being seen, that our stories should and will be told. And as a young queer Hawaiian, I thank you for seeing me. Mahalo.
Here to present our most important awards, the Icon Award, is Ki Huy Quan. Ki is a Vietnamese actor and stunt choreographer whom we remember as Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Data in The Goonies, And of course, Wayman Wang in this year's brilliant film, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Please welcome to the stage Ki Huey Kwan.
Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. Good evening, first of all. When I was first asked to present the Icon Award to James Hong, I wanted to do some research. So I was browsing through James' credits on his IMDb page. And let me tell you, it is exhausting. It just goes on and on and on and on. I mean, it's over 500 credits. It's incredible. That man was in Blade Runner. He was in Chinatown. And one of my favorite, he was in Big Trouble in Little China. And of course, how can we forget his memorable performance in Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise. All right, okay, of course. He can't win all of them, okay? They can't all be winners. But, you know, when I found out that I was going to be working with him in Everything Everywhere All at Once, I was ecstatic. I was so excited. And let me tell you, my experience working with James Hong was miserable. It was excruciatingly painful because this man steals every scene he's in. He's a scene stealer. In fact, he's been robbing us, all these hardworking actors, for 70 years. The fact that he hasn't been jailed deserves all the awards, man. Okay, well, first of all joking aside, I had so much fun working with him. You know, the moments that I will cherish the most were when we would have our chats between breaks. James Hong is a walking, talking history book of great Hollywood stories dating back to 1950s. Back in those days, when he first started his career, he shared one of the stories that when I heard it, I got quite emotional. In fact, it was heart-wrenching to hear. He told me back then that no one on the set even cared to call him by his name. Somehow, they feel that it was easier to refer to him as the Chinaman. And it was always, get the Chinaman to do this, get the Chinaman to do that, get the Chinaman on set. And how James endured and persevered to have the longest list of acting credits is simply extraordinary. Well, James, I know your name. The people in this room know your name. And your name is in a star on the freaking Hollywood Walk of Fame. So, it gives me tremendous honor that we are finally celebrating him tonight. I believe we have a sizzle reel to watch.
You yourself called them a destructive race.
That's true. But still, there is another side. You see, I love them. This is a very strange thing. For many years, I cursed my luck for being sent here. Human life is difficult. But as this life is coming to an end, I consider myself lucky to have lived it.
You are not brought upon this world to get it. There are many mysteries, many unanswerable questions, even in a life as short as yours.
In my hand, I hold the cryptid.
What do you do that for?
I just do eyes. Just eyes, just genetic design. Just eyes.
Really? An old Chinese guy?
I do love surprises.
And now, you know what we must do.
Let the party begin!
It's Marcus!
Yao
make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
Wow, gives me goosebumps watching that. What an amazing career. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming this year's Icon Award to the amazing, the incomparable James Hong.
Oh, I thought it was at the Hong Kong Film Festival. This is for A24. Aren't they wonderful that those two crazy Daniel boys had the gumption to make this film, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? So I've done my duty. I promoted their film. Well, I'm telling you, they only made it for 15 million, and now it's grossed over 100 million. Can you believe that? And they haven't given me a bonus at all. But in any regards, I'm extremely happy to have been in that film, because those two Daniel guys, you know, who out there has seen this film, Everything, Everywhere? Don't you agree with me? It's the craziest film you've ever seen, right? Yeah, it's out of the nightmares of their. They put together something nobody ever dreamed of or even dared to do it. You know, I mean, can you imagine if you or me, if I put my nightmares, nobody would dare look at it. But it shows you how every one of you, if you have some thought or something to do that you want people to know or express, please do it, because if they can make it, you can make it for sure. I don't have no speech. I didn't prepare anything. I'm 93 in 5 months now. I want to say that so in case I make any mistakes up there, it's forgivable. I mean, you know, these old guys, they mutter on and doesn't make any sense sometimes. But that reminds me now, this award is, wow. Gee, how much is it worth? Icon Award. I thought icon was just something you put on the computer, on the desktop. That reminds me, I got to tell you this. I was at the Capitol and up on top of the steps near and I looked down the steps, and there was a group of people, a family, and there was an old guy, and the family was trying to hold him back, and he says, icon, icon. He looked at me, you know, this old guy, and I felt kind of flattered. And he finally broke away from this family holding him back, and icon. He stepped toward me, and I got my pen ready to autograph. And he walked right past me, and he says, I can make it all by myself. And he walked right up. So I put away my pen. But I am trying to, or actually some people want to make my life documentary of, thank you. So, I mean, today I'm given probably 10 minutes to talk, but can you imagine if I tell you my whole 93 years, it would take a long time, right? And my producer, can you stand up, Kim? She's my producer. Thank you. Actually, she doesn't have the budget funds yet. So if anybody knows of something that can help her out, please do. She has won awards, so your money is safe. I'll take a part of it too. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know how actors are, they just rattle on and on. But you look at, but I do want to tell you, I started in 1953, I got into town. I was a comedian. I was in a partner with Hong and Parker. We were doing comedy, but except that nobody in Hollywood knew what an Asian comic was in those days, so it was that tough. We came in not long after the Exclusion Act, where the no Chinese are allowed, immigrants are allowed here in Hollywood. So that's how tough it was. So I quit engineering. I graduated from SC, but I discontinued being a civil engineer. In fact, some of the curb and gutters outside are made by me. So anyway, I went into acting. And for some reason, Hollywood accepted me in those minor roles, of course, but I averaged 10 TV and movies a year in those early days. So thank you. So I'm probably the only guy alive that has worked with Groucho Marx, or my first movie was with Clark Gable, can you believe that? And John Wayne, So there's a lot of memories to tell you, and I obviously can't say it. I expect them to hook me off here pretty soon. But anyway, I just want to tell you, all you young people and the girls are so beautifully. Where were you when I was graduated from SC? I couldn't even get a date. So, so things have progressed. I better shut up. My wife is out there somewhere. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. She's such a great support and lover. Where is she? Take a bow. Take a bow, Susan. She deserves a take a bow. Susan, come on out. Come on out. Susan Hong, come on. She's shy. But I've had a good time, and I just can't imagine I'm standing in front of all you people, all the talent out there. I mean, Janet Yang, who spoke up here, can you believe I was in San Francisco, and she was in San Francisco, hadn't come to Hollywood yet. She was there on a long table, and she was selling tickets for a charity. That's how long ago it was. And I told her, you gotta come to Hollywood and do your bit, and she did, and look at her now. I mean, So I want all of you out there to contribute your talent, and I mean it. I mean it. Oh. 40-some years we've been married. Can you believe that? We had a lot of arguments and good times. Anyway, this is half yours, honey. Well, I want to thank you for this wonderful award. It only symbolized what I see here tonight. I mean, I can never even imagine. I thought maybe, 50 people would be here. But the head count looks to be more like 600 or whatever. And it's very encouraging because I started the East-West Players with Mako. The two of us started East-West Players. So, if you keep going, when I come back here at 100, I see double this room. Thank you. Thank you.
one more time. That was adorable. Show, and he won an Academy Award for Best Live Action Short for his film Two Distant Strangers. Please welcome Trayvon Free.
Hello, everybody. All right. That's not moving, so eventually it will. 30 at the Garden, directed by Frank Chi, chronicles the extraordinary ascendance of point guard Jeremy Lin during his landmark 2012 season with the New York Knicks, where he scored an incredible 38 points against my beloved Kobe Bryant. To this day, I still remember where I was when I watched this kid out of nowhere dominate the court. I was at home in LA, being a sad Lakers fan. If you haven't seen 38 at the Garden yet, please check it out on HBO Max. The themes in this doc embody everything that this ceremony stands for: being judged and underestimated, overcoming stereotypes, pushing boundaries, and making an impact. This is exactly what we all hope to achieve in our lives, not just tonight, but every day moving forward. Here's a clip from 38 at the Garden.
Small, passive, diminutive, unathletic, and submissive. If you are all of those 5 things, that means you're definitely not brave, courageous, covetable, desirable, or a leader.
For anyone to break outside of these norms is strange. People don't understand it.
People go, well, how harmful are those stereotypes? You're like, yeah, it's kind of harmful if I have big dreams. If my dreams are for middle management, sure. Being small, unathletic, diminutive, passive, great. I'll send you the reports, Bob. But if I'm trying to be the guy at work, at school, in the NBA, you cannot be any of those things.
It's this constant, overwhelming sense of doubt from the outside that tempted me to even not believe in myself. That was one of the biggest obstacles that I had to overcome.
Just kidding, it's a documentary about Hasan Minhaj. Someone very special wanted to be here tonight, but he is in China. And presenting the award for documentary short to Frank Chi is the subject of our doc, not Hasan Minhaj, Jeremy Lin.
Hey everyone, I am just so excited to be part of this celebration with the Critics' Choice Association and to be able to present this notable honor to filmmaker Frank Chi, man. Frank, where do I begin? Oh man, everything you've done for me to be able to tell this story and the way that you did it with the passion, with the purity, with just the way that you were able to see so much beyond yourself, beyond myself, and to make this about the community and to make this about the next generation. I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you were there alongside me to be able to, create such a great film, such a great documentary. Man, enjoy this honor. Congrats, Frank.
Frank Chi, everybody.
Wow. Thank you all so much for this honor. To Jeremy, to Trayvon, to the Critics' Choice Association, and especially to Joey Berlin, the head of Critics' Choice, for creating this incredible event. Look, not only does the message of 30 at the Garden match so well with the message of these awards, our film is just as important for those outside of the Asian American and Pacific Islander community, because at its core, it's about what it's like to be different in America, and it's about what it's like to have dreams in America. Look, folks, we made this movie not just because we wanted to relive our favorite Asian American memory from 10 years ago. We wanted to do it and say, what is it like to relive our favorite Asian American memory during the worst time to be Asian American in recent history? This is a beautiful room. These are beautiful trophies, these are beautiful shows and beautiful movies. But when somebody gets off their shift tonight with this face, and they take the subway home, they're gonna stand in the middle of the station so that there's no chance anybody can push them off the tracks. When a kid goes to school tomorrow morning with this face, they're gonna be afraid to sneeze or cough because they don't wanna be called China virus or Kung flu. That's why we made this movie. I mean, Jeremy wouldn't have made the movie if it wasn't about sending a message about what it's like to be Asian in America today. So, as we celebrate each other, as we hopefully have more and more of these, and the culture recognizes Asian American stories more and more, let's just remember that in order for us to claim our space in this country, we have to do what Jeremy did in the movie, or what he did in real life. We have to wave them off. We have to take our place, and we have to do it whether they like it or not. Thank you all so much.
All right, this next presenter is one of my best pals. Really, I'm dating myself. Next up, we are giving out the Comedy Award to Hasan Minhaj, and frankly, there's no one better to present this award to Hasan than Hasan's longtime writing and producing partner, Prashanth Venkataramanujam. So please join me in welcoming me back to the stage. Then, that was supposed to be the Soldier Boy cue. Sorry, we're rolling with it. Hasan Minhaj means so many things to so many people. For some, he's a biting political satirist. Others see an unparalleled storyteller. But when I look at Hasan Minhaj, I see undiagnosed ADHD. Just watch him on Celebrity Jeopardy, you'll see it. All I'm saying is he could genuinely irritate the Dalai Lama. Now, I have a unique perspective of getting to be around Hasan when he runs into fans, and he means the world to them because of what he represents. It's more than just comedy, it's class, it's dignity, and despite getting a 1310 on the SATs, he somehow is a vanguard for Asian excellence. And when we started putting together the material for The King's Jester, I was honestly shocked at how vulnerable he was willing to get. He wanted to genuinely give you all of him, and I do not hesitate to say that Hasan is a once-in-a-generation talent. Here's a clip from Netflix's The King's Jester that I directed.
Anyone going through fertility problems, you know it loads the relationship with all this pressure, you know? Me and Bina, we'd be up late at night having these really tough conversations. You know, is this gonna happen for us? Are we gonna be able to have kids? And then I was like, babe, what if we adopt? What if we adopt a white baby just to flex on these motherfuckers? Just to show people we made it, you know what I mean? Reverse Angelina Jolie power move. We'll show them off at parties, just this chubby white kid with asthma. You know what I mean? He's just like, hi, I'm Bradley Minhaj. I'm a proud member of the Indian American community. This is my son, Bradley. We saved him from a war-torn part of America. Detroit. Everyone's like, wow.
It gives me so much pleasure to present this year's Comedy Award to my collaborator, my dear friend, my partner in crime, and frankly, my big brother, Hasan Minhaj.
Everybody, come on. It's Prashanth Venkataramanujam. It's very easy. I don't know why you guys are messing this up. Ellen would have nailed it. You know, to be standing in this room of Asian excellence, I can't tell you how good it feels to win this award and know that I got this comedy award and Ronnie Chang didn't. For those of you that don't know, Ronnie Chang is a correspondent on The Daily Show on Comedy Central. And I know some of you are whispering to each other, what is Comedy Central? It's an internship for Netflix. But Ronnie said that Indians aren't Asians. And I just want to let Ronnie know that the critics have spoken. I am more Asian than Ronnie Chang. You know, as a Muslim American, I feel so humbled to be honored by the CCP. Sorry, CCA, sorry. I apologize. If the CCP is here, you can just re-educate me in one of those camps. You can Google it. It's wild. I want to give a big shout out to James Hong. Let's give it up for James Hong. I mean, 10 years older than our president and twice as cogent. It's incredible. I'm so proud of the Asian community, and we're all here tonight. And the diaspora, we're huge. I mean, it's 48 countries in Asia, and we all hate each other. And you know what I'm talking about. There's the hairy Asians. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There's the non-hairy Asians. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And then there's Russia. They're just a part of Asia. But I hope tonight we all look at each other and we vow to unite, be strong, and never fight in front of the whites. Those are the rules. I want to thank Netflix for supporting me, letting me make fun of the Saudis. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to 186K Films, our producer, Tyler Babin, the director, Prashanth Venkataramanujam, and I want to thank every single artist here. Thank you for inspiring me, and keep pushing your genre forward. I really appreciate it. Good night. Thank you.
I said, way to keep it light. Next to present the Showrunner Award to Hugh is Pachinko's executive. Long show, we're at the end. This has been great. You guys have been fantastic. We have one more award to give out and then the raffle. You know her as Letty Ortiz from Fast and the Furious franchise, and up next you'll see her in the highly anticipated Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Here to present the Trailblazer Award is Michelle Rodriguez.
Guys, you have no idea how excited I am to be here to honor someone that I love so much. Like, when it comes to opportunities in life, like the chance to become what you're capable of because of the potential that you have, someone in front of you who you're auditioning for, standing in the way between you and your future. That is Karyn Kusama to me at 20 years old in Jersey City, New Jersey. Like, Karyn Kusama, this was her thesis. Her thesis was a film about a female boxer. And I was a girl from Jersey City with no education, no idea how to act, but I knew that I wanted to be in feature films. And so for 2 years, I was doing extra work. And Karyn Kusama, in her thesis for NYU, decided to take a knucklehead kid from Jersey City and say, hey, you know what? After the 250 women that I saw today trying out for this boxing movie, I have to say I gotta give this girl a chance. Even though she has no education in Juilliard, which a lot of her prospects did, even though she never graduated high school, I took my GED or whatever. You know, like, this is a woman who took her thesis for university and said, I'm gonna take a chance on this little Puerto Rican kid from freaking Jersey City on a boxing film. And she decided to go authentic. And it took her a lot longer and it needed to for her to make the movie because everybody was like, oh yeah, by the way, at the end, the guy should win. Because at the end of a boxing film, when it comes to physicality, a man should always win over a woman. When was this, Karyn? This was like 2001 or something? Yo, bro, to be honest, like now everybody's on our fucking side and we're just like, you know what I'm saying? But I just gotta say, man, this is a woman who's always been ahead of her time, you know? And she's just gangster with it, and she's got great ideas, and she really thinks hard about the authenticity of those ideas, and she'll fight for that. And she fought for me, and I have a career in Hollywood because of her. I wouldn't be a millionaire today from a chick. No, I shit you not. Like, if it wasn't for Karyn Kusama, like, it would have taken me a lot longer. And look, trust me, I'm pretty hard-headed. I'm like an ox. Like, I would have made it with or without her, but let me tell you, like, you know, she was a big deal. She high-spirited and fast-forwarded the whole situation, let me tell you. Like, anyway, I love her to death. I respect her so much. Now she's like an award-winning, you know, director who's working on these awesome TV shows, and like, I love Karyn Kusama so much, and I bow down to her every day, and I am grateful that this woman opened the door for me to have a career in this industry. Because I know if she didn't take a chance on me, there'd be a lot of other people out there just looking at books and looking at ways to read people and wouldn't take a chance on a little kid from Jersey City who had nothing to fucking offer but her attitude. And so, respect, Karyn fucking Kusama.
The drinking.
Tonight, we're here to honor her for her latest work on the incredible Emmy-nominated series Yellow Jackets, which is about high school girls and soccer team that had to deal with surviving after their plane crash. In the wilderness, I'm trying here, guys, and how this impacts their current lives. Fuck.
I used to think all the drugs and the drinking, the sex, I used to think I did those things because of what happened out there, what I saw, what I did.
Oh my God, what did you do? You literally never told us.
Zip it, Ariana.
But the real reason is much simpler. After they rescued us, I lost my purpose. And thanks to my time here, I finally know how to get it back.
It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Trailblazer Award to my dear friend, Karyn Kusama.
Oh, wow. I had tried to prepare a speech, and I felt ultimately like I couldn't do that. I didn't want to rehearse this. It is actually such an honor to be up here right now, and I want to thank the Critics' Choice Association for this award, and I want to thank my very smart and very thoughtful partners at Showtime for Yellow Jackets, and I want to thank the creative team behind Yellow Jackets, which is part of why I'm standing up here right now. And I have to ask myself, why am I standing up here right now? What is the notion of a trailblazer? What is a trailblazer? And I've thought about this a lot, and I've had to think about my career and all of its ups and downs, and one of the things that's come up is, for me, if I'm getting this award, maybe being a trailblazer is learning as much from failure as from success. Maybe being a trailblazer is offering kindness when it's not being offered to me. Maybe being a trailblazer is to tolerate struggle, and a lot of it, and to accept that maybe that is the work. And maybe being a trailblazer is making myself belong in a world that told me I didn't. And when I think about growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, in a Japanese-American family where assimilation and the erasure of my culture was the only way to survive, it means so much to be standing up here because you're telling me I belong, and it tells me that every single person in this room is a trailblazer, and we all deserve to be here. We all belong. All of our stories belong, and I am just so thankful to be here. So thank you so very much.
One more time for Karyn Kusama. You guys, we did it. That wraps up the night. Did you guys have a good time? This was fucking awesome.